I'm Peter Rowe. I'm directing this production of Little Shop of Horrors at Birmingham Rep. Well, it's set in Skid Row in New York in the late 1950s, early 1960s. And it's a kind of take on the Faust myth, really. I mean, like everything about the show, it's extremely playful. But it's the story of this dead-end flower shop that nobody comes to ever. And this little guy, Seymour, who's been taken in by the shop owner, Mushnik, when he was an orphan. And the pact that he makes with this plant that he discovers, which feeds on human body parts and liquids, and grows and grows and grows to take over the world. So Seymour kind of sells his soul to this plant. Well, the music, I mean, I think it's one of the best scores for a musical that I know. It's very, very high-class rock and roll pastiche. I mean, it uses styles of girl group songs, early rock and roll songs, Elvis songs, and then some more kind of contemporary driving rock. But it's a very strong rock score. And myself and Ben Goddard, the musical director, were very keen to give it its full rock treatment. I sometimes see productions of shows like this where you get a slightly polite and slightly insipid rock and roll band in a pit, and we were determined to make it a real rock show. And I think that's what actor musicians give you. There's a kind of core rhythm section to the band, but augmented by most of the rest of the cast who play instruments at some time or another, which means that when we've got the full band there, there's a rhythm section and guitars and keyboards and percussion and a three-piece brass section, so it becomes a very big sound, and it kind of becomes a bigger sound as people get eaten, because as they get eaten they stay in the band more often. So the band gets bigger as the plant gets bigger, really. I think you will. I mean, if you don't absolutely recognise the songs, you'll recognise the style. You'll feel like you know them all, because they are all really, really good, clever workings of very familiar styles. So they all feel familiar, even if you don't actually know them, I think.